Kia ora, Lara here, and I am bringing to you a design team layout for completions of a Paper Addict. I'm going to use two cut files. I'm going to use a Sweet Wreath and I'm going to use Festive Clusters, and I'm just going to use one of the Festive Clusters, but I'm going to do two. I've cut out two of the Sweet Wreath cut files. Now I've measured my card and made sure that the cut files are going to fit in them. So I've made them quite small, so these were really fine and fiddly, so I had to play around with settings with my Cricut to get them this small, but still with all the gorgeous detail that Virginia puts in when she creates the cut files. I'm using the cards that Close to My Heart produces in a pack. They come in packs of 50 and they come with envelopes as well, so they're quite handy if you're making some cards. So I'm going to make a Christmas card here. What I have done is I've just used the liquid glass here to press down the first Sweet Wreath cut file. Now I'm going to put down the second one on top. I just wanted that really sort of pretty double layered effect. So I've moved this around though so that the flowers don't overlap each other, but the leaves are there as well. So when you actually look at this, it's really nice seeing all the layer and detail on the card. So just arranging that so that the flowers don't overlap, that they're sort of sitting between. You could do more layers than this if you wanted to. I was just quite happy with the two layers, and I've stuck this onto a really light grey cardstock background to start with. So now I'm going to play around with the Festive Clusters that I've also shrunk down, and I'm going to cut that out with back that with some Deck the Palms papers. So the Deck the Palms collection is a sort of a vibrant either tropical or Christmas collection, and I have used that here, double-sided papers, so that with the Festive Clusters it's got a few different colours tucked in there. So I'm going to use a stamp from Close to My Heart here just to put the sentiment Merry Christmas onto the card front. So just season my stamp there using the Archival Black, and I'm going to just use the stamp pad foam to help get a really good impression on the card. So I've sort of placed the Festive cluster where I think it's going to be, so that I know that where I'm putting the sentiment isn't going to overlap with that. So I've now got that in place, and I'm going to back the Festive cluster with some thin foam tape here, just so that it pops up a little bit. And because I've got the two layers of the Sweet Wreath, it just needed something that's going to balance out where the card is versus where the raised parts are. So just popping that down and sticking that onto the card. So again, just some liquid glass just to finish off some of these, put some little dots on. I'm going to just make sure that that's stuck down nicely and weigh that down with the bottle just while I get myself organised. Right, so that's ready to go. So now I'm going to get that attached to the back of the card, and I'm just using a tape runner here to do that. Or the front of the card I should say, not the back, and it's just got a nice white layer around the outside edge because I cut the card and the card that's stuck on the front just a little bit smaller, and you've got that nice white there as well. So it could be finished, but it's not. So I'm going to add some sequins, and I'm just using some glue dots here in a few different places and positioning that around the wreath, and choosing some spots that are going to add a little bit of balance to that as well as I go, and placing them down. And now I'm ready to add some of the sequins. So I've just grabbed some of the, I think it's silver or white type sequins, and I'm just placing them at various points around the wreath. It just adds quite a nice dimension and sparkle to the whole card and how that actually looks. Takes it from being okay to being something that would be quite nice to receive in the mail. So I've chosen a mixture of the sequins from the container, so they're not just the white ones or just the silver. There's a few that have sort of got that shimmery, translucent kind of look, so I've chosen them in there as well. And just a couple of the sparkles just to finish it off. And there we have it. Some sequined cards, and one more just for the fun of it. thanks for watching. Check below for more information about the items I've used and for links to the Confessions of a Paper Addict store. Thank you for watching.